Welcome to this week's Zentangle challenge with me, Laura Harms, from iamthediva CCT.com. This week's challenge is to create a monotangle using the tangle paradox. Monotangle is a term that I coined on my blog for a tile or a piece of work that's done using only one tangle or pattern and its variations. As always, I have sped up the speed of the video for the benefit of time, and I'm drawing at about 4.5 times speed here. I'm just going to slow it down though so you can see how long and deliberate the strokes are. You'll notice here that I am constantly turning my tile so that I am pulling my pen towards my body. I find this to be the easiest to control and the most comfortable, but you do whatever works for you. I'm going to speed things back up here again. And you'll see that throughout this entire piece, I am just continually turning my tile and pulling that pen towards me. I've also added a little bit of weight to the ends of all of my lines. I just again find that having that little bit of black adds so much contrast to the work. If you're new to this tangle, a fun thing to try is to vary the direction in which you turn your tile as you're working through sections that are adjacent to each other, like I'm doing here. And when you do that, then you can get these cool looking fan shapes, which are pretty fun. Paradox is a tangle that works really great inside of triangular shapes or square shapes, which is why in that last section you saw that I divided it up into little triangles. So with these last two pieces that are sort of weird shaped, I gave them a little bit of an aura and then an inside aura to see if I could figure out something interesting to do with them. And I actually quite liked what was happening here. With those extra aura lines in there. I thought it gave it a really cool look. But then I made the classic blunder of not quitting when I was ahead and, you know, just kept going when I probably should have stopped. So right here is where I wish I would have stopped. I wish I would have just kept it right like this, done the shading, and called it a day. But of course, I didn't do that. I just kept going, which I guess is fine. You know, it's given me ideas of what I can do in other tiles. I thought I would try doing this checkered black and white Knightsbridge type thing in the space of the aura that I drew. But then I decided I hated that. So I decided to go in with a big black marker and color the whole thing black, which meant that I had to color the rest of it black. But to do that, I had to give it an outside outline. I thought maybe if I gave it an outline and a border, I could save it, but it just sort of turns into a hot mess. So now that I have these big black outlines, I will go in with my 9B Spectrum graphite stick and just do a little bit of graphite shading in all the points where all my little lines meet up. And then I'm going to use my blending stump, also by Spectrum, and just sort of push the graphite out a little bit into the fan shapes. And because someone asked for it, here is a little bit of real-time shading. Just using that edge to soften out that dark, soft graphite. It's my favorite part. And that's it. And you know, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the big black lines going through it, I don't mind the tile. I just really wish I would have stopped when I was ahead, you know? But there we go, and thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.